Do you know we can actually run Docker inside Docker? Wanna know how? Watch this reel till the end. Hi guys, today is day 22 of the DevOps interview question series. Let me show you a simple quick demo of Docker in Docker setup. For this demo, I am using the official Docker image that supports DIN. Specifically, the image called Docker DIN, which is designed to allow Docker to run inside a Docker container. I will switch to the terminal now. Here is the command I am running. Let me break the command. I am running the command docker run. I am providing option hyphen privileged, which is important to grant extra privileged access which are required for DIN to work properly. Then I am passing -d to run the container in the background, and then I'm giving the name of the container hyphen name DIN test. I'm using docker DIN, which is the official image. Once I run this command, Docker begins pulling the image from Docker Hub if it is not already present locally. So docker run command does two things. It pulls the image and starts the container at the same time. Now as you can see, the image has been downloaded and the container has started. If I run docker ps, I can verify that the container DIN test is active. Now let me connect to the container shell. So right now I'm inside the container terminal. Now I have access to the shell. I'm running docker. As you can see, Docker is available and running inside the container. To take it a step further, let me try pulling a lightweight image like Ubuntu. I'm running Docker pull Ubuntu. The Ubuntu image is being successfully pulled from inside the container. That confirms our Docker in Docker setup is working perfectly. And let me explain you one real-time use case. There are multiple use cases where running Docker inside a Docker container. So one of the most common scenarios is when organizations set up self-hosted runners for their CI/CD systems. Let's say your infrastructure supports self-hosted runners and you have set them on Kubernetes. In this setup, each runner runs inside a pod and each pod typically contains at least one container. So now imagine you are using something like GitHub Actions for your CI/CD workflows. You can configure GitHub Actions to run jobs on these Kubernetes based self-hosted runners using labels. So this means your jobs will execute inside containers running in these pods. Let's say your CI/CD setups deploys to ECS and EKS clusters. As part of the process, you need to create a Docker image and push it to the registry. To create a Docker image from within a container, the container itself must have Docker installed. This is known as Docker in Docker, which is DIND. With DIND, the container can build the image and push it to the registry as part of the pipeline. In short, you are running a CI/CD pipeline inside a container, and that pipeline needs to build Docker images. So Docker must be available inside that container, which is exactly what Docker in Docker enables. Follow for more real-world DevOps interview scenario questions. See you in day 23.